That guy got to get back in the booth.
One.
Kill.
1, 2.
It's time to make this shit 20 and all.
Yeah.
Check me out right here.
Ta-da!
Yo, the pod won't last forever, but as long as it's here, I'm a bomb on they ass whenever. Better now than never, more take dick for pleasure. Pump killer at they neck and apply the pressure. I hate y'all, and we know you gay, mom. You still ain't step it up behind that paywall. They took your shit off Patreon, posted it on Reddit. I was gonna, but they beat me to it, so forget it. Ian don't got a contract, he pathetic. Ian don't got a contract, he pathetic. See, I'm a homie, not a friend of the show. I'm ending the show till my record's 47 and 0. And to those saying I got too much time on my hands, why don't you spit some bars out and come and die for your man? Already killed King Fluff and the Budden memes guy. You should know anybody trying to fuck with me dies. How much longer is the pod gonna last? Park said he got a bidet, still ain't washing his ass. The first episode up on your Patreon trash. You talk verses in Clubhouse, I can't give you a pass. But oh wait, Rory on there with a Q&A. But they won't take one question about Desiree. You sympathizing with a snitch now. Jim Jones made Maul look like a bitch now. Said he gon' spare you, should've hit you like a bomb. Probably left Parks and cried on his way to the salon. Claim you a vegan when you not, man, that's mad weak. Cause every day you chewing on that man meat. You was up in private school, sweaters and slacks, singing in the choir like a bitch that's a fat. Congrats on dropping weight, now you looking like a bobblehead. Every night before you go to sleep, he pray to God I'm dead. Joe did a deal with Whitey, he a hypocrite. Charlemagne did a deal, you was flipping shit. So what he says, we can't believe a lick of it. That's word to all of his accusers, I know that he hit them chicks. Shout to Tahiri and Samaya, I know what you did, dog, you were just a liar. And Sin said you dragged on that phone call. What kind of dude hits a woman? You got no balls.
Welcome to the Hypocrite style. JBP breakdown. Welcome to the Hypocrite style. JBP breakdown.
Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? It's your boy Big Pump Killer, aka Mr. 20 and 0, aka Young Abraham Lincoln, cause I ain't ever told a lie, aka the head of Creator Creations at BPK Unlimited. See, I can make up a bullshit title too. Anyway, welcome to episode 5 of Hypocrite Style, a Joe Budden podcast breakdown. In case you don't know, what we do over here is I break down the JBP and I show examples of them being hypocrites, being industry, or just being straight up liars. Now, it's been an eventful couple weeks since the last Hypocrite Style. A lot has happened, we've learned a lot, and we gonna get to it. 20 disses later, I'm still at these motherfuckers' necks, and I ain't ever gonna stop probably. Now, before I get to the shits, I'm gonna start with love. I mean, there was a couple spurts in this last episode where I was like, wow, these dudes are potting. Like when they were talking about wildlife and talking about like the noise ordinance shit. I was like, wow, I'm kind of having flashbacks to when this shit wasn't trash. But of course, before I could even finish that thought, the show went back to complete grade A dumpster juice. Now, we got a lot to get to this week. Lots been going on. But honestly, I'd be remiss if I didn't start with this. And I gotta start with Ian. Now, before I play this first clip, I just want to bring this tweet up on the screen. This was something Ian tweeted right after the Patreon deal. And boy, is that hypocrite style if I've ever seen it. Let's get to this first clip and we'll catch up on the other side.
I don't have no contract with Ian. 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 If at any point either one of us decide that we go in a different way, it's just not going to work. We're not going to move in concert. That's creator land.
No, Joe. That's actually bad business land for Ian. Ian, never speak on business again, you fucking doof. Are you serious? You don't have something in writing with Joe fucking Budden? You see how this guy moves in business? Mark my words right now. Within 2 years, Ian will be crying his ass off on Twitter like, oh, I thought me and Joe were brothers. I didn't need it in writing. You fucking moron. Every day on Twitter tweeting like you're supposed to be the second coming of Gary V. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut up! Fucking clown. You don't got a contract? I can't wait for this shit to go south. By 2023, Ian will be taking Joe to court trying to get some money from him and shit. Trust me, mark my words right now. But let's get into the second clip this week. It's from the same episode, episode 412, where Joe announces the Patreon deal. And he's wearing one of his worst fashion choices ever. What the fuck is this sweater? Man, you're just giving Joe Budden fits material. But let's get into it.
Stop playing with me out here. Head of Creator Equity at Patreon? Do you know all the steps that had to happen for this to happen? Don't listen to this and say, oh, no, I see where Joe's coming from. No, the fuck you don't. That guy got to get back in the booth.
I'm glad you're at Patreon.
That was the Jesus Christ beat you said I needed?
Careful what you wish for, Joe. And you know, in that clip, you're like, I don't think they know the steps it took to get here. Yeah, we do. Bad business. Because now you go around the industry with a reputation of being a horrible businessman. So it's the only fucking deal you could get. And since most fans don't understand, Joe's the only one on the podcast who got a Patreon deal. He got a Patreon deal for that little bullshit title they gave him. And we're supposed to believe that title when in this same rant, you sit there and say you made up your title at Spotify and you made up your title at Complex, but we're supposed to believe this one? And just to further clarify, that's the only real deal in this whole situation. As far as the JBP being on Patreon, anyone could be on Patreon. I could sign up for a Patreon account right now. And unlike them, I wouldn't have to split it up 40 ways. Now, if you watch that entire 40-minute rant, you'd see Joe getting congratulated by Rory and Maul and Parks. And I mean, just look at Maul's face. Does he look thrilled? And check out this clip of Firecrotch congratulating him. Seems a little half-hearted coming from the gingerhead man.
Congrats, man. I think that's really dope. And I think it fits you well to my loved ones. I'm really happy for you. Like, this is great. I think this is really dope for you.
Man, Joe is such a fucking narcissist. He can't even read the room of his own friends. He fucked up everyone else's money and then he sits there bragging about his new corporate job title. But still, he's getting a check from it and he has to sit there because he needs his ego massaged. He needs his dick rode. It's fucking pathetic. Rory needs to smack this motherfucker in the face, but I get why he doesn't. You know, that's just bad business. And that's Ian's specialty. You know, it just becomes more clear and clear every episode that Joe doesn't respect these guys, especially Rory. Check out this next clip from episode 414, where Joe goes off on Rory and Maul telling them they've never sold anything.
You niggas that have never sold a thing make this shit sound real simple.
No.
What you was selling?
Are you crazy?
I'm asking. I'm asking to be enlightened, not to diminish. I'm asking to learn.
I've sold tickets to the Barclays Center with an unproven idea, all with merch, let alone with selling a creative agency with music videos. That's how we met. Like, what are you talking? I've only sold everything my entire life. I know everything there is about unproven selling shit. And from when I was fucking 18 to 30. That's all I know.
Now, when I first heard this, I won't lie. I was ecstatic just to hear Joe give Rory and Maul some smoke. Let's get this out of the way first. Maul has never created anything. All he is Joe Budden's friend and Big's brother. Rory, he's created some shit. Like, when I get out of my hater bag, I could recognize that. Do I think Duce Palooza is some genius idea? No. It's a fucking glorified party. Do I think that his album will be good? No. I think it's gonna flop and be shit. But I can still respect that he's creating something. Maul isn't. Maul doesn't do fucking anything. And then he sits on that stool every week like he's fucking somebody. But anyway, let's get back to what Joe said. Joe said, oh, what have you ever sold, Rory? How about your fucking podcast, you fucking dick? He's been there since day one. Day one putting up with you. Guy deserves a fucking medal alone for that, you psychopath. It's still fuck Rory all day, but it's just crazy. Joe can't even recognize that Rory helped create and build the podcast. Like, man, Joe, your therapist isn't doing that job, man. You low-life scumbag. Now, for the final clip this week, and man, this is my favorite clip in a while. And before I get to that, no, there's no official Maulgate tweets this week. I kind of depleted that bag. I'll do some research and try to get more, but here's just 2 tweets he said back in the day about Rihanna. And man, who doesn't fuck with Rihanna? Like, this dude is so gay, it's not even funny. But anyway, for the last clip, Jim Jones stopped by the podcast last week, and man, he gave it to Maul. He made Maul question his existence. Let's check it out. This is probably the best thing that's ever happened on the pod.
And that was big. Do you think that at some point you and Max can get in that space?
Nah, we're not even gonna talk about that. I'm gonna spare you on that because I like you, but let's not go there. You don't even have to mention the name again. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Respect that.
Do you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Jim Jones. I respect it. Fucking clown. Jones put you right in your place, and what you do? You folded like the bitch you are. And you know PUMPKILLA always keeps it real, and it pains me to say this, because I've been a Jones fan since way back in the day, and he's definitely stepped up his bars these last few years. But you know, he's another street dude, street rapper, with a Rock Nation deal. So that means you're doing business with Desiree Perez, aka informant for the feds. But I guess when Jay-Z's attached to it, everyone just looks the other way. But whatever. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been Hypocrite Style episode 5. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the Cash App if you want. Big Pump Killer. I'll see you next time. I don't know when that'll be. I've kind of said all that I gotta say for now, but you know, they always on some fuck shit, so I'm sure it'll be sooner than later. Be easy.
Killer.